Good morning everyone. Today we are going to start off with the strain compatibility equations and learn how to derive these equations. These equations can be asked for derivation in your exams, or they can even give you problems and ask you to satisfy the given equations by making use of the strain compatibility equations. Alright, so what are these? The geometry of the deformation and the distribution of strain. It should always be consistent with the preservation of the body's continuity. We talk about the body's continuity. It is one of the assumptions in linear elasticity that we do, that the body has to be continuous. So with respect to the mathematical point of view, strain has displacement. So the topic is strain compatibility equations. And then with respect to mathematical point of view, strain has a displacement of u, v, w for x, y and z direction, and they are single value and continuous. Strain is represented by epsilon. So epsilon x, strain along x direction, is dou u by dou x. Epsilon y, strain along y direction, is dou v by dou y. Strain along z direction, that is epsilon z, is dou w by dou z. Let us call this as equation 1, 2 and 3. Now these are the normal strain. Similarly, we will be having the shearing strain, that is represented by gamma. So we have three planes, gamma xy, this is nothing but gamma yx, and then you have gamma yz, this is nothing but z y, and then gamma zx or gamma xz. Okay, so gamma xy, I'll tell you how to write it. We have x and y. That means this is for x, y and z. Yes, so x means it is dou u, y means it is dou v. So dou u plus dou v, and you have to write the denominator. There is a small change. We will not be writing dou u by dou x, rather dou u by dou y and dou v by dou x. We are just going to write the other components denominator. It is x and y. So x is dou u by dou y. For y it is dou v by dou x. Similarly, y and z. Y means v, z means w. So first it's y, it gets swapped like this. Then z and x, z means w, x means u. Now it gets swapped. So here you have dou z, here you have dou x. Okay, let us call this as 4, 5 and 6th equations. Now how are we going to arrive at the strain compatibility equation? I will be differentiating equation 1 with respect to y twice. Okay, so epsilon x is dou u by dou x. So dou epsilon x by dou y is equal to dou square u by dou x, as it is. We are differentiating with y, so y. Then again differentiate. Dou square epsilon x by dou y square is equal to dou cube u divided by dou x dou y again into dou y or dou y square. Let us call this as equation 7. Next, I'll be differentiating equation 2 with respect to x 2 times. Equation 2 is epsilon x is dou v by dou y. So it is dou epsilon y by dou x, which is dou v, dou y as it is, now dou x. Again, dou square epsilon y by dou x square is dou v by dou y dou x square. Let us call this as equation 8. Now, let us take the equation number 4 and then we are going to differentiate this. Okay, so before we write that, let us add equation 7 and then equation 8. Write down whatever is there on the LHS. This first it is dou square epsilon x by dou y square. Then dou square epsilon y by dou x square. Now write down what is there on the RHS. Dou cube u by dou x dou y square plus dou cube v by dou y dou x square. Call this as equation 9. Now we'll differentiate equation 4 with respect to x first followed by y. Okay, so it is dou gamma xy by dou x, which is, see here, it is dou u by dou y plus dou v by dou x. So it is going to be dou square u by dou x dou y. Okay, we'll just follow the same order. 1 second. We'll just write it as first dou y and then followed by dou x plus dou square v by, first it is dou x into dou x, or I can just write it as dou x square. Now again I'll be differentiating this particular equation with respect to y. As first differentiated with respect to x, now I'll be differentiating with respect to y. Dou square gamma x y by dou x dou y is equal to dou cube u divided by dou y square dou x plus dou cube v divided by dou x square dou y. Call this as equation 10. Okay. Now comparing equation 9 and 10. See here, equation 9, dou cube xy square plus dou cube dou y dou x square. Dou cube u divided by dou y square dou x plus dou cube v divided by dou x square dou y. These two are equal. I can write this part of the equation in equation 9 is thus equivalent to this part of the equation in equation 10. So I can write, therefore, dou square gamma xy divided by dou x dou y is equal to dou square epsilon x by dou y square plus dou square epsilon y divided by dou x square. This is nothing but the compatibility equation. Compatibility equation of string. We have just considered three equations over here. That is equation 1, 2, 4. Similarly, if you consider 2, 3, 5, you'll get one more equation. And then 3, 1, 6, you'll be getting one more equation. I can just generalize it and write it as similarly. I'll show you the trend. We have x, y, x, y. We always write it like this. X comma y, y comma z, and then z comma x, because x, y and z are in a cyclic order. Okay, the same cyclic order I've considered. So similarly, for the next it is y and z. So dou square gamma yz by xy. The next order is yz. So dou y dou z is equal to dou square epsilon. You have x here. After x, it is going to be y. So y. Then we have y here. After y, it is z. So it is dou z square plus dou square epsilon. You have y plus z. You have x, hence make it as y. We are just shifting them in the cyclic order. Similarly, for the third equation, I can write yz. So the next is z and x. Zx by yz, it is z and x is equal to dou square epsilon. After y, it is z. After z, it is going to be x plus dou square epsilon. After z, it is x. After y, it is going to be z. Alright, this is a simple way in which you can remember all the three equations of compatibility of string. This is only the first part. You have three more equations. Totally, we have 6 compatibility equations of string. Now we have arrived at first three. So to arrive at the next three, first I am going to consider the first equation again, that is epsilon x is equal to dou u by dou x. Now I'll be differentiating this with y and z. So let me just write it as differentiating equation 1 with respect to y followed by z. So it is dou epsilon x by dou y. It is epsilon x is nothing but dou u by dou x. So it is dou square u by dou x is there followed by dou y. Now dou z, dou square epsilon x by dou y dou z is equal to dou cube u divided by dou x, dou y, dou z. Let me call this as equation number, we have stopped it at 10. So this is going to be equation 11. Okay. Next, I will be considering this particular fourth equation. Gamma xy is equal to dou u by dou y plus dou v by dou x. I will be differentiating this particular equation with x and z. Let me just write differentiating equation 4 with respect to x followed by z. So dou gamma xy divided by dou x is equal to dou square u by dou y dou x plus dou square v by dou x square. Then dou square gamma xy by dou x dou z, which is equal to dou square u by dou y dou x dou z plus dou square v by dou x square dou z. That is called this as equation 12. Then coming back again, I will be differentiating equation 5 with respect to x two times. Alright. So let me just write it. Differentiating equation 5 with respect to x twice. Okay, we will be getting 2 gamma yz by dou x is equal to dou square v by dou z dou x plus dou square w by dou y dou x. Again, dou square gamma times y z divided by, I will be differentiating it again. So dou x square, which is equal to dou cube v by dou z dou x square plus dou cube w by dou y dou x square. Alright, now let me call this as equation number 13. Again, let us go back over here. We will be differentiating the last one, that is sixth equation. Gamma zx is equal to dou w by dou x plus dou u by dou z with respect to y and then with respect to x and then followed by y. So I'll write differentiating equation 6 with respect to x and y. We have dou gamma zx by dou x, which is equal to dou square w by dou x square plus dou square u by dou z dou x. Then dou square gamma zx by dou x dou y, which is equal to dou cube w by dou x square dou y plus dou cube u divided by dou z dou x and then dou y. Let's call this as equation 14. Next, we will be adding 12th and then 14th equation, and I will be subtracting the 13th equation. So let us first write what is there on the RHS, that is dou square gamma y by dou x dou z. Dou square gamma xy by dou x dou z. 14th here. Dou square gamma zx by dou x dou y minus 13th. dou square gamma yz by dou x square. It is equal to, it is now right what is there on the LHS, that is dou square u by dou x, dou y, dou z. I can rearrange the terms, there is no problem over here. That dou square v by dou x square dou z. Then 14th equation, dou cube w by dou x square dou y plus dou cube u by dou x dou y dou z minus 13th dou cube v divided by dou z times dou x square minus dou cube w by dou y dou x square. So we have dou square v by dou x square dou z. I mean, we have, okay, we haven't written cube here, so it's cube actually. Okay, so we make this as cube. Okay, so this gets cancelled with this, then this gets cancelled with this. We will be left, can you see that these two terms are one and the same? So we will be adding them. I'll be left with dou square gamma xy by dou x dou z plus dou square gamma zx by dou x dou y minus dou square gamma yz by dou x square is equal to 2 times dou cube u divided by dou x dou y dou z. Okay, or we know that epsilon x is dou u by dou x. So here I can use a dou u and dou x. I can replace this with epsilon x. So this term, whole term can be rewritten as 2 times dou square epsilon x by dou y dou z. I'll rewrite the equation. Dou square gamma xy by dou x dou z plus dou square gamma zx by dou x dou y minus dou square gamma yz by dou x square is equal to 2 times dou square epsilon x divided by dou y dou z. Similarly, we can write the other two equations. So we know that it is x, y, y, z, z, x. Okay. So dou square gamma. You have x and y, it shifts to y and z. X is there, it is y. Z is there, so it is going to be x. Plus dou square gamma z, it is x. X, it is going to be y. X means y. Y gets converted to z minus dou square gamma. Y is there, so z. Z is there, then x. X is there, then y is equal to 2 times dou square epsilon. X is there, so y divided by y is there, so it is z. Z is there, then x. Similarly, dou square gamma y means z, z gets converted to x, then dou z dou y plus dou square gamma yz by dou z dou x minus dou square gamma xy by dou z square is equal to 2 times dou square epsilon z divided by dou x dou y. So these three are the compatibility equations of string. So we have therefore 6 compatibility equations of string. These three and then these three. So totally 6. We have also done the derivation to obtain these equations.